The Dutch Ministry of Defense, MOD, recently announced plans to sell 6 of its obsolete Boeing CH-47D Chinook heavy-lift tactical transport helicopters to the Billings Flying Service in Montana, after evaluating that it would be difficult to transfer these specific airlifters to the Ukrainian Armed Forces. Headquartered in Billings, Montana, the family-owned Billings Flying Service specializes in providing aerial firefighting and disaster relief services across the continental U.S. and already operates a fleet of Chinook helicopters, which will be increased by a further 6 airframes with this proposed second-hand sale. The move, which was announced by the Dutch MOD on March 30, comes after the Dutch State Secretary for Defense Christophe van der Maat considered transferring the Royal Netherlands Air Forces, RNLAF's, already retired CH-47D fleet to Ukraine now that Defense Helicopter Command, DHC, is actively receiving its 20 new-build CH-47F MECAS Chinook rotorcraft. However, due to the unique cockpit setup of the CH-47DS, which is only used by the RNLAF and Republic of Singapore Air Force, it was ultimately decided that such a transfer would be untenable. Commenting on why the unique cockpit situation makes the transfer of these aircraft to Ukraine difficult, van der Maat said, "This makes it difficult to provide education and training in an international context. In addition, the unique cockpit makes future maintenance more difficult, because international cooperation is not possible." Billings has been operating CH-47D Chinook helicopters for some time now, which have been disposed of by the U.S. military. The Dutch MOD states that the proposed sale, which also includes the provision of spare parts and aircraft-specific test equipment, was approved by the Interdepartmental Defense Material Sales Committee in December 2022, adding that it aims to sign the contract with the Billings Flying Service by the end of March. A delivery schedule will be determined after the acquisition contract has been signed. The 6 CH-47Ds being sold to the Billings Flying Service are not the first Dutch Chinooks to be sold to an aerial firefighting services provider in the U.S. In 2020, the Dutch MOD sold 4 CH-47F NL helicopters to Carlson Aviation, USA, which is headquartered in Portland, Oregon. These helicopters, serials D891, D893, D894 and D896, are currently in storage at San Bernardino in California. The RNLAF's No. 298 Squadron at Gills Ridge Air Base withdrew its final CH-47DS from operational service in December 2021. Since then, the majority of these helicopters have been stored inside hangars at the base. The RNLAF has almost received all of its new-build CH-47F MECAS Chinooks, and the Air Arm is looking to sell its older CH-47DS quickly to free up hangar space for the new helicopters. The new Chinooks are operated by No. 298 Squadron at Gills Ridge and No. 302 Squadron at Fort Hood, Texas. Approximately 100 personnel have deployed with a total of 3 Boeing Chinooks. The personnel come from Joint Helicopter Support Squadron, Tactical Supply Wing, 244 Signal Squadron and other staff from both the RAF and British Army. Like the deployment to the Baltic States nation last year, the 3 Chinooks will be supporting a UK-led forward presence with UK and NATO allies within Estonia. The heavy-lift helicopters are scheduled to stay in Estonia until late February, with further UK helicopter deployments planned to deploy to Estonia later in the year.